In order to aggressively defend your DUI manslaughter charge, it is important that we look to the areas of pharmacology and toxicology. We will want to carefully examine the blood, breath, or urine evidence that was collected and analyzed in your case. If statutory quality assurance procedures were not followed and proper calibration tests were not conducted, it could cause your blood, breath, or urine test results to be inadmissible as evidence. Consider these key issues. Did the nurse, paramedic, or phlebotomist clean their hands with an antibacterial soap, or did they use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer before palpitating the vein in your arm in preparation for your blood draw? If they used an alcohol-based hand sanitizer, then they would be transferring alcohol directly to the injection site. During the collection of your blood sample, did the nurse, paramedic, or phlebotomist use a betadine swab or an alcohol swab to clean your skin before drawing your blood? If they used an alcohol swab, this would compromise the injection site and could also cause an unfairly inflated blood alcohol test result. There can be as many as 3 separate blood samples tested by 3 different entities. For example, there's a hospital blood draw which is taken for medical treatment purposes and tested by hospital technologists using automated clinical analyzers. There is also a blood draw taken at the direction of law enforcement, which is permitted by Florida law in cases where there is a fatality. This legal blood will be tested at either the Pinellas County Medical Examiner's Office or by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement's lab. Lastly, we can secure an independent blood alcohol analysis from a commercial laboratory using gas chromatography mass spectrometry. Now, the hospital blood test is performed on blood serum samples. On the other hand, testing of the blood secured by law enforcement and any independent testing is performed on whole blood. The science of hematology requires that a proper mathematical formula be applied when comparing these 2 distinct types of samples. Because of variability in the conversion and potential interlaboratory differences, we can sometimes end up with 3 different blood test results that conflict with one another. Blood alcohol results that differ can often raise questions as to the reliability of the testing procedures. In turn, this can create evidentiary proof problems for the prosecutor in meeting his burden to show that you were impaired by alcohol or drugs at the time of the accident. We need to seek out answers to the following important questions. Was EDTA or a heparin powder anticoagulant inside the blood collection tube? Was the blood collection test tube improperly shaken? In the alternative, was the blood collection tube inverted the correct number of times during the process of mixing the blood with the anticoagulant? If the anticoagulant was improperly mixed with the blood, it could result in fermentation and produce an artificially enhanced blood alcohol level. If blood was drawn in connection with your medical treatment at a hospital, did the hospital have your informed consent? Did the state attorney's office lawfully send you notice of their intent to seek a subpoena for the purpose of securing your hospital blood test results? Will the prosecutor be able to prevail at a Daubert hearing? At such a hearing, the state attorney's office would have to prove to the judge that the blood testing was conducted in a manner that was consistent with reliable scientific principles. If they could not, the judge is required to disallow any and all testimony related to your blood test results. After examining these threshold issues, it may be important for us to utilize the services of an expert toxicologist. This expert can tell us whether you drank enough alcohol to reach the blood alcohol level the prosecutor intends to introduce in court. Sometimes our clients consume alcohol just prior to the accident. The toxicologist can calculate a retrograde extrapolation of your blood alcohol results to determine if you have a rising blood alcohol defense. In other words, our expert will be able to determine what your blood alcohol level was at the time of driving and not at the time that the blood was drawn. If you are facing a DUI manslaughter charge, you need a team of lawyers who understand the complexities associated with blood analysis. Whether the focus is on achieving success in the courtroom or negotiating an acceptable plea bargain, the high-stakes nature of these cases makes it critical that you secure the services of a law firm for whom you have the highest level of trust and confidence. Call us to schedule a free consultation.